Hello and welcome to A-Star to replay on Harvest 1 on Star Station feature myself and my opponent Blackx Zerg, and we're just gonna kinda go through what I'm doing and not what my opponent's doing, so as we see that pylon goes on 9, we're gonna kinda keep an eye on what's going on. So, I've timed this differently. I don't put the gateway down on 12. Well, it shows it goes down on 12, but I set my probe out, my 11th probe out there to do that. So, one more chrono boost, try to get more probes, and then the gateway should be finished. We should be almost finished, and as we see that opponent does have both a hatchery and a spawning pool on the way. So, and we're just gonna take a look at this and see. As you see, he has. Actually, I'm ahead in harvesters at the moment. Kind of odd for me to be, or at least a Protoss to be ahead. So. And as you can tell, I threw my forge in the back. A, I can keep my upgrades going for quite a while. B, I was watching the MLG Dallas streams and them saying that, oh well, if the forge is in the back, you have a better chance of protecting yourself. A, if you're doing against 6 pools. B, it kind of throws out timings for the Zerg because they'll actually kind of pay attention to what the forge is doing. So if you're chrono boosting down an upgrade, okay, there's a timing attack that's gonna happen. So instead, I'm gonna start throwing it in the back. I look down, I see only a queen. It's not worth it to go in there because there's no drones. I see drones pop over there. There's the roach horn, which I do get him to cancel the roach horn. He does have lair on the way. As you can see, he is losing drones as this continues. So as we take a look, I've killed about 8 workers. My zealots are still, well, I think, yep, killed 8 workers. So as we can see, then so that gives me a pretty good lead on everything. Yeah, I had him produce Zerglings, which is always good instead of drones. So as we look at this, now he's producing 12 drones to recover the economy that he just lost. So now he's going to be up about 6 workers. He threw down 2 more techs. So I'm going to throw down my proxy pylon over there in the bottom corner and go back to the tower. Tower does help me spot whenever, you know, there's, at least for now, because of the crazy little path that, you know, the units will travel, is go through this way. And mine will do the same exact thing, so it's good to know that. So as we see that, there's the overseer. I take my 3 stalkers, try to get him out. So he's looking at, so by everything he saw, he's probably looking at the Immortal Sentry all in. But I'm figuring, you know what, I just saw Zerglings, I saw him go lair, he canceled his roach horn, he might be teching the Spire. So I figured, you know what, I'll switch it up and I'll go straight to Archons. So I'll go charge out Archons. So I did see the roaches out of the corner of my corner of the screen as they walk through. I go through this. I actually did not spot the Hydra Den as I floated around, which is more or less my fault for not paying attention on that. So here we go, and I'm gonna keep. So I got charge on the way. I got Templar Archives about finished. I actually don't have my 4th gas running at the moment. I'm afraid of mutas, so I'm trying to get that. Trying to make sure I don't get hit with mutas while I'm out and about on the map. Then again, a base race with mutas is pretty obvious that a Protoss will win that base race, because mutas don't do high enough DPS for them to really snipe bigger buildings like gateways. They're mainly gonna snipe pylons and probes. So as you can see, I pushed him back. He's up to 62 harvesters. I'm at 39. Pretty small for 2 bases. I should be up around 50 by now. At least between both bases. I'm fully saturated on the main. So I'm actually gonna turn a bunch of them over that way. I'm gonna go down with my first group of units. I actually try to figure out what upgrades he has. He does have 1 armor, no attack upgrades at the moment. I'm gonna take a couple of zealots in a second. I'm gonna scout that, see a third, because I don't see it on the bottom, because I don't see the third here. So here goes this. Okay, so that's gonna tell me that, and then I'm gonna click on that and you figure out what they have. So I'm trying to get Storm out, trying to figure out what to do. He has not done run-bys, he hasn't done anything else other than that. I should have, yep, as we look at the upgrades, I do have Storm. He does have +1 attack. He's got +1 air attack. Huh. So, which is kind of a... Sorry, kitty. Kind of a weird thing to do is get air attack, and I don't see any air units, which kind of tips me off. I was like, well, okay, he had a Spire, and so this base will go down. As you can see, all his drones do get slaughtered as we look at the, so there's that. I do storm as best I can. I got a whole bunch of, still it's not really doing much. So I'm just gonna ignore the eggs because it's gonna be. He does burrow micro, which you'll see in a second. So there they go. And you can't really tell what's going down in here. He actually is losing a lot of harvesters. We look at the units lost. I'm 5 higher than he is. He had to burrow his drones to make sure they don't get killed. So as we see, and then here comes wave number. Here comes the third wave, because that was wave number 2. And then there was another drone. I'm trying to snipe tech structures. This is one of them. This is the other one. I actually should have finished this one off, but I'd rather get the Hydra. Try to get the Hydras. Oh, 10 HP left. And I lose an Immortal. That was me misrallying. So I was able to take a third base. At this time, I got a bunch of High Templar, about full of energy, ready to go. I got the Zealots here. I still have this pylon that's still alive. I still have this tower, which I'm surprised I didn't have that Zealot come with me. So, and as I can see by this, well, as long as I have this observer sitting here, I could storm up there and not have to worry about anything if he did rebuild his base here. Or if I went over here, I could just kind of keep storming until he has, because he can't come down the ramp. So automatically, you know, I'm doing pretty well. And if we look at what, so it does automatically does 80 damage. So as long as the units kind of fly in and out of that storm, they're gonna get. So here it comes, and I take out one roach. And now I push him back into his base. Oh, he's got a macro hatch now. I'm trying to feed back queens. That didn't work. I take out a lot of that. Here come the Zerglings. They get obliterated real quickly. And as we take a look at that, so as you can see, he didn't produce anything out the Spire because automatically my Archons would have countered that. I got, well, these are brand new Archons, so that doesn't make a difference. This is a brand new army. The last army probably did a lot of damage. as you can tell by the units killed. 64 drones I took out, and out of that, the rest of it's army. So as you can see, he's probably producing, yep, he's producing Mutalisks right now, which is actually a bad idea. Because look at the stalker count. I'm at 14 stalkers, and I got 3 archons. I got 2 more on the way, so I'm gonna leave you up 5 archons. I've actually got 50 probes to his 16, so I'm actually good on the probe count as of now, because I've been trying to get myself up. So basically, like I said, 50 probes between 2 bases. I don't have to get up to, for now I don't have to get up all the way up to 60, because then I'm already trying to get myself in a pretty good position. So as you can tell, he had I think before the first attack, I think, happened.
Defense systems failing.
So let's go to the very first attack. He had 65 workers. So, and then here it comes. And then we're gonna watch this fly pretty high. So, slow it down just a bit. Give it a little more space. As we see drones going down, one by one by one. I gotta storm off there. I stormed my own observer. That was sad. As you can tell, I took out a good chunk of drones. I took out that big army right there. I was wondering what happened to my observer. I stormed it. So as he's trying to back up with the roaches, and the worker count's going high, and then you'll see in a second that here comes wave number 2. The Zerglings are out of position, which isn't good, but that's just a rally thing. So during these 2 waves of attacks, I took out a pretty good number of things. So I took out the drones. Because you had to bury drones. It's kind of hard to tell because yeah, he has to move his overlords to figure out whether or not he has anything going. And now I'm making him produce drones, which he shouldn't want to do. Remember, his income right now is almost nothing. Because he's not mining. He's mining in what, 3 guys over here? Yeah. He hasn't lifted those up yet, so he's got no gas income. You know, he's stockpiled on his mineral and stuff. And then we look at the... He's got 8 larvae, which could be used. So he's staying in the game because of this, which is good. You know, he's got the mineral and the money to do it. Oh, he's actually taking another base. I didn't even notice that. But I killed so many workers that he's having to take a 3rd base. But the problem with this is that I'm automatically going to attack once I get myself... I actually went back, waited a minute because I wanted to see if he was going to come back and do a counter. And I never saw him do a counter. And I was so close to sniping that. So now he's producing queens, drones, as best he could. I'd actually be trying to get more units at this moment. Produce, you know, mutas or zerglings or something. Just kind of keep yourself going. As you can tell, he's got 1 hatchery going. So this hatchery going. Then for some reason he's got a macro hatch, which I guess for sake of getting larvae going. But he's not producing units, which He's got the bankroll for it. I'm actually breaking myself to get units, which is good. Keeps my money low, and I actually took this base over here, so once this one starts to fully mine itself out, I'm going to transfer a bunch over here because I need the gas income. And then here comes the final attack here. Does he actually see that base? No, he doesn't. When we look at the upgrades, I am 2-2. He's only 1-1. He wasted an air upgrade for no real reason. There's the storms. Oh, there's the concave. So as we see, basically he had nothing left. He had only what, 12 mutas, 7 mutas on the way. He has 12 larvae. He has a good stockpile of everything. It's just right now at the upgrades I'm at. On top of that, I can instantly reinforce with this pylon. It's gonna make it really hard to, kind of get back into this game. You'd have to really work on, make sure that, it'd be Zerglings and mutas. But once I take this all out right here, because this is all his tech stuff, his overlords. Once I take all that out, I think, yeah, that'd be it. So it was a pretty good fight on his part. He just probably should have produced an army instead of taking this hatchery here. This was okay. He had this, which is fine. Trying to get remined out here. Yeah, remind that out. A lot of it is that he had these drones kind of unburrowed for quite a bit, and probably didn't lift him up to get him back into mining. So that severely decreased his income. Had he produced either roaches, well, actually no, I sniped the roach one, so he can't produce roaches anymore. He would have to only produce hydras, zerglings, and mutas. So those were the only 3 choices he had. Because the infestation pit was there prior to me destroying it. So, which was sitting here next to this hatchery, which actually killed all his zerglings because they got locked in a choke right here. So that was a poor placement of building structures. I think he just threw that down really quickly, hoping that he could capitalize on the fact that I wasn't doing any attack. I know I'd be macroing up. Actually, I was just waiting for the counter, because normally once you eliminate a big army like that and you're dropping that person down low enough, you're either expecting the counter or you're expecting them to macro up. Well, after probably about, I think what I waited about 2 minutes worth of blizzard time, if I don't see an army come down, or I don't see, because I had this tower, so if I don't see anything move out, it's automatic that I'm just gonna go. Because also I had an observer position right here to kind of spot this entire area. So yep. So I hope you enjoyed, and have